Cruise news, a Carnival Cruise passenger had a showdown with officials in the Bahamas. This resulted in them getting carried off the excursion boat. I have video and I'm going to get you the details. Plus, lots of news impacting cruise ports. Also, Royal Caribbean shared insights that will affect your future cruise bookings. And I have data on 48 cruise ship incidents this year. Lots to share, and I'm going to get it all to you fast coming up. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number one. There has been some drama in the Bahamas as police had to forcibly remove a Carnival Cruise passenger from an excursion. The individual was a passenger on the Carnival Glory. The ship was docked at Nassau in the Bahamas. The excursion in question was the Blue Lagoon Island excursion and the shuttle boats that take you out to their private island. A news anchor from News 10 NBC was on the shuttle boat and they captured this footage. The lady highlighted here is the one who caused the disturbance. She had supposedly purchased the excursion through Carnival, in which case you sign a waiver form and then you're supposed to receive an armband that authorizes you to be on the shuttle and go to the island. She did not have an armband. The workers tried for nearly an hour to get her to get off the shuttle, but she refused to move. So the boat and all the other passengers were stuck there at the port until the situation could be resolved. Ultimately, the Bahamas police had to get involved. She still refused to get off the shuttle. Then this female police officer boarded the boat and she wasn't playing around. The female police officer removed her from her seat and put her on the floor. She was still being stubborn though and would not cooperate with the police request. So the officers had no choice but to carry her off the excursion's boat. Now, one of the big questions is, had she actually paid for the excursion? Well, the news anchor later reached out to her, and the woman told the news anchor that she had paid for the excursion and that Carnival actually, after this incident, refunded her her money. Carnival Cruise Line was contacted for confirmation, and they said, quote, "It is important to recognize that there is more than meets the eye to every story, but given the threat of legal action, we will defer further comment." So definitely an interesting situation. The other passengers that were held up for nearly an hour, well, they were not happy. What's your thoughts about the situation? Let me know down in the comments. Number two, a massive fire erupted near the cruise port at Nassau in the Bahamas. It started before 8 p.m. last night, and you can see as I skip ahead on the footage that it spread very quickly. Reports say that it destroyed more than a dozen apartment-style homes. Thankfully, several of them are said to have been abandoned. This occurred only approximately 900 feet from the cruise port. You can see the precise location on the map that is on the screen right now. I am praying for all of those that may have been impacted. As of the time of this recording, there is no word regarding any serious injuries, deaths, or the cause of the blaze. According to Cruise Mapper, 5 cruise ships are scheduled to be in port today. These include the Norwegian Gem, MSC Seascape, Disney Dream, Carnival Celebration, and the Carnival Freedom. Moving on to number 3, the Cayman Islands have voted not to install cruise docks, and this has been a big topic for a long time. You see, Grand Cayman is a tender port, meaning that cruise ships have to shuttle passengers from the ships to land on smaller boats. The problem is twofold. 1, if there is bad weather, it can result in the inability to go ashore. And 2, the new larger mega cruise ships do not do tender boat operations. Logistically, they just have too many people to do that efficiently. As a result, the number of cruise visitors to the Cayman Islands is not growing like other places in the Caribbean. So for a long time now, the tourism sector in the Cayman Islands have made efforts to have cruise docks added. Well, that went to a vote, and the people of the Cayman Islands voted overwhelmingly, 64% of them, to reject the construction of cruise docks. So if you want to visit the Cayman Islands and they do have some nice beaches, you will not be able to do so on the new mega cruise ships. Then number 4, Princess Cruises has announced their world cruise for 2027. The ship will be the Coral Princess. It will depart on January 6th of 2027 out of Fort Lauderdale. The total voyage will be 129 days long, though you can do a 110 or 114-day version if you prefer to board in Los Angeles. The itinerary will be heavily oriented in the Pacific. It starts with a Panama Canal crossing, then the west coast of Mexico and the US, next is Hawaii, then circumnavigation of both Australia and New Zealand, followed by tons of stops in Asia, then Alaska before completing back in Los Angeles. The prices start at around $29,000 per person. Okay, I have more cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked if you worry about your luggage getting lost by an airline or cruise line. I received input from nearly 7,000 of you, and here are the results. 63% of you do have some concerns, and 37% are feeling pretty safe in that regard. Thanks for your input on that and the comments. Here is today's question. The Princess World Cruise got me to thinking about cruising in different world regions. Here's my question. If everything was free, which of these world regions would you pick for your next cruise? Would it be A, Alaska, B, the Bahamas and the Caribbean, C, Europe and the Mediterranean, or D, Asia and Australia? So hey, I know the flights and all of the travel costs can be expensive sometimes, but if the money was covered, what would be your choice? I look forward to reading your preference, but now on with the cruise news. Number 5, Carnival Cruise fans have weighed in on where they think the cruise line's 5th 𝗥𝗡𝗃 class ship should be homeported at. The name of the ship is the Carnival Tropical, and it will debut in the spring of 2028. And cruise passengers were given the chance to give input on where they believe it should homeport from. Here are the top 6 results. Coming in at the number 6 spot was Miami. Long Beach, California received the 5th most votes. Galveston was number 4. New York and Baltimore came in at number 3. Port Canaveral was number 2. And the top choice was New Orleans, receiving the most votes. Next, number 6, the U.S. Department of Transportation has revealed 48 significant incidents on cruise ships during the first quarter of this year. Cruise ships are required to report certain types of incidents to the FBI. The Department of Transportation is then required to release the categorized numerical data each quarter. That information was just released for January through March of this year. Here is that data in rapid-fire fashion. In the category of assault with bodily injury, there were 7 total incidents. Carnival had 3, Norwegian 2, Royal Caribbean 1, and Virgin Voyages 1. There was 1 missing U.S. national incident, that was with Royal Caribbean. For sexual assault non-rape, there were 10 total incidents. Carnival had 1, Celebrity 1, Disney had 5, MSC 1, Princess 1, and Royal Caribbean 1. The most incidents were in the sexual assault rape category. There were 23 total incidents. Carnival with 7, Disney with 1, MSC 3, Norwegian 2, Princess 4, Royal Caribbean 5, and Virgin Voyages 1. There were 7 incidents of theft greater than $10,000. Carnival had 1, Celebrity 2, MSC 1, Norwegian 1, Princess 1, and Royal Caribbean 1. And here is the total roll-up of all 48 incidents. Carnival had 12, Celebrity 3, Disney 6, MSC 5, Norwegian 5, Princess 6, Royal Caribbean 9, and Virgin Voyages 2. I have additional important news to share with you, but very quickly, if you're new here, I'm Jason with the Travel Scouts. Our aim in each video is to put together the latest cruise news and deliver it to you in such a way that you are fully up to speed and it doesn't waste your time. So if you'll be cruising, definitely consider subscribing. Let's continue with the cruise news. Number 7, Royal Caribbean Group has provided a business update for the first quarter. They are doing well with net income doubling what it was in the same quarter last year. But there are 4 big takeaways to share that are good for us to know as cruisers. First, Royal Caribbean Blog is reporting that 86% of the 2025 cruise inventory is already booked. So if that is the case, it is unlikely to find big deals among their brands for sailings this year. Second, it is important to know that if demand begins to slow down due to economic conditions, Royal Caribbean Group said that they do not intend to reduce prices as a primary reaction. They have booked enough of their capacity that they feel that they are ahead of it, and they said they have tools to help them continue to move forward. Third, their CEO said that they want to resist providing last-minute deals. He said that their philosophy is that they want people to have confidence in the pricing when they book early. And that confidence is developed by not undercutting the price at a later date. And fourth, the CEO said that their loyalty program status match across their 3 brands has been key in keeping cruise passengers sailing within their company. I hope Carnival Corporation takes note of that and does the same with their 8 cruise brands. Okay, a special thanks to our channel members. I will have some exclusive content coming your way soon. And for everyone, you are fully up to date. If you want to stay up to date and be ready for your next cruise, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.